All right, so let's start lying down. Any comfortable position for you. And once you find that comfortable position on here, finding your breath and finding the dog. Um, Taking deep inhales in through your nose and long, slow exhales out. Perhaps you take a moment here to notice what you have brought with you to the mat, your mat. Notice what's going on in your mind. No judgment, just checking in. Is there anything going on there that you don't need? And if there's something that doesn't serve you, can you place it to the side, even if it's just for now? Like a leaf falling from a tree, she just let go. There was no effort. There was no struggle. Sapphire rose. So our class today is on our last yama, which is Aparigraha, meaning non-hoarding. So it's non-holding onto, non-grasping, not being possessive or clinging or attaching to possessions, not being attached to our thoughts, relationships, jobs, or ways of being. So letting go. Let's make some small movements here in the fingers and toes. Rolling around wrists and ankles. And whenever you feel ready, rolling over to one side. Any side that's calling for you. And then making your way up to seated. Okay. First pose, reclined goddess. So you're going to need a blanket that you're going to roll up. You want to make sure that it goes from, at the very least, your tailbone to the top of your head. That's how long you want to have it. And if your blanket is super thick, You can use it. It will feel different. It may not feel good in the low back for what we're going to do with the legs. Okay, she gave me a thumbs up. Okay, I think she's going to get a blanket. Just going to wait for Tatiana here. Okay. Don't worry, you'll get to use the new bolster. Okay. Oh, there she is. All right. While you get that set up, Tatiana, I'm going to just explain it. So we're going to put the blanket down on the earth so that it's long. And then you want to grab a couple of other props to bring with you to place by the side. So they're going to come kind of to support your legs. So maybe blocks or pillows or something. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come up to that long blanket roll. You may, when you come down, you may decide to scooch up so that you're right on it, or maybe you just kind of bring it up to your tailbone right now. And then you're going to lay back onto that blanket roll. All right, so there's going to be a way we're going to bring our arms, but first we're going to set up our legs. So grabbing a hold of your props, making sure we're still good here. Okay, grabbing a hold of your props, blocks, pillows, whatever they are. You're going to walk your feet over towards the long edge of the mat, long edges, sorry. And you're going to activate your feet, curl back your toes, slightly turn your toes out towards the sides, and then allow the legs to drop open. So maybe you bring something underneath the knees, or maybe if the legs are not open, and if they can't reach the prop, perhaps you bring the prop where the hip and the upper leg meet. Also, if it's too much, you can always walk the feet down a little bit. That way your legs will come a little bit more onto the props. All right, before we come into the arms, if this still feels like too much for you, find a reclined butterfly. So instead, your feet are going to come together, knees apart, and then placing your props wherever they need to go. All right, so our arms are going to come into cactus arms as long as it's comfortable for you. If not, just keeping the arms down by the sides, palms face up. So arms are cactus arms, goalpost arms. Softening the shoulders. This is why we have more of like a blanket roll, because then we can get the arms down towards the earth a little better. If it feels like it's too much, maybe you unroll your blanket just a little bit. Find a thinner roll. Or again, maybe instead of cactus arms, sorry, maybe you can come into a T shape, arms out to the side. All right, so wherever you find yourself, see if you can sink and settle here. So we want to release any holding of the legs. There we go. Yeah, so no tension in the legs. Deep inhale. Long, slow exhale. Remember, you can make adjustments if you need to. You can come out of the pose if you feel you need to and find another shape that feels right for you. So our grasping or holding, our hoarding, Why is it that we want to hold on so much to the way things are? That we shy away from change, or we can't let go of people, of ideas, that we can seem stuck in the same relationships, jobs, habits, and ways of being. The fifth yama, Aparigraha, asks us to remember that joy in life is not dependent on grasping or holding on, but to remember that what we possess possesses us. What we hold on to holds us. In times of significant change or when life shifts suddenly, our instinct is to hold on even tighter. We want to retain the known as if it will shroud and protect us. So, as you are here, I invite you to let go of tension, especially in the hips, the legs, the shoulders. Let go of any expectations about what you should feel, how it should look. Notice where you feel your breath in this shape. Notice if it is catching somewhere, and soften your breath. Take long, slow breaths, but allow them to be smooth and soft. All right. So finding 3 more rounds of breath here. And then from here, you're going to activate your feet, go back the toes to bring the feet back flat to the earth and walk the feet back together. And then you decide which side you would like to roll over to, allowing that arm to extend extend long up by your ear and then rolling over onto that side, onto your arm. And then slowly making your way up to seated. Okay, we are going to find a ramp. So my suggestion is for tighter hips, because we're going to find a twist with a leg out for a hip stretch, is to find a higher ramp. So you're going to have your blocks at like a higher level rather than like this. Yep. The other one, the bottom, oh, I can't tell. Yeah. Yeah. So the bottom one, Cindy, you're going to flip it this way. Turn it from this to this. There you go. Yep, we got it. Okay, and we're going to create a ramp. So finding your bolster and placing it over top. Like that. Here, you did, but yes, like that. Okay, and then find your bolster and place it over top. If you have a blanket, I find it's more comfortable with the blanket on the earth, kind of folded a bit and then placed in front of the bolster or the ramp, because that's where our hip's going to be. Okay, so whenever you are ready, you're going to come right hip up against the ramp. Knees are going to come out to the sides. Okay, so right hip, knees kind of out. All right, so it's the Santosha twist with a twist. We're going to bring both hands towards the sides of the ramp. Inhale to lengthen the spine, turn towards the ramp. Exhale, walking your hands along the sides. Come down. So notice this left arm may not, or both arms may not come all the way down to the earth. If you happen to have extra blankets or something, feel free to grab them to place underneath the left forearm. So here's what we're doing with the legs. We're going to extend the right leg out long to the side. You may have to make adjustments here. So that left knee can stay bent. Or maybe you extend it slowly, walking it back behind you so that it's kind of long. However, it feels comfortable. Right, so know that if maybe you don't really feel a whole lot of a stretch here along the outside of that right leg, you can always adjust your block. Come on up, bend that knee in, sorry, adjust the block so that you're a little bit lower to the floor and you'll get a little bit more of a stretch. All right, taking deep inhales. Oh, sorry, I'll wait for you. And if it feels uncomfortable to extend the right leg out long, you don't have to. You still are in a twist. You can take the leg out of the pose. Softening here. Does it feel like you're trying to hold yourself up somehow? Relax and soften. Taking deep inhales. Long, slow exhales. Okay, so a story. There is a tale of catching monkeys by placing a peanut in a pot. The monkey puts its hand in the vessel and grasps the peanut. The simple way to escape would be to let go of the nut. But the monkey grips tighter onto its prize, unable to remove its hand. So the question is, what is your peanut? What is it that you can't let go of? Maybe it's just a thought about yourself or others. Perhaps it's a job or how you think your body should look. The peanuts come in all forms. Softening your breath and softening your body. Releasing any tension you feel, especially in your jaw and around your eyes. So from here, if one or both of your legs are out long, slowly bringing them back so that the knees are bent. And then in your own time, you're going to slowly use your hands to help you come back up to seated. And then we're just going to turn around so the left hip is up against the bolster. All right, so nice and close up to the bolster, and legs are out to the sides. Hands come to the sides of your ramp. Inhale, lengthen the spine, turn towards your ramp. Exhale, walking your hands out. Head comes down anywhere that's comfortable. And then if you wish, that left leg can stretch out long to the side somewhere. Maybe you have to adjust here on that left hip. And then the right leg can stay where it is, or maybe you slowly walk it towards the foot of the mat. Notice if you need to find maybe some other props or a little bit of movement so that you can feel comfortable here. And with every exhale, see if you can soften and let go just a little bit more. Fixation off the mat is a sense that something is stuck because we refuse to let go. Like a glass getting attached to its coaster, this vacuum creates more pressure in the way we live. When we release what we are grasping, we find more freedom. In our own life, when we recognize an adhesion to what is keeping us stuck, our practice is to unfasten ourselves. Have faith in knowing that after every letting go, something good is there waiting to fill that space. Letting go anything that is pulling you away from being present in your breath and in your body. Perhaps you notice a sound or maybe a thought pulls you away. Just label it for what it is: sound, thought. Trying not to identify what it is and allow it to go at its own time. And gently bringing your awareness back into the space. If one or both of your legs are out long, gently bringing them back so that they are bent along the side. And then whenever you're ready, using your hands to help you slowly come back up. Okay, here's a question. How do we feel about a supported child's pose? So you're going to use your ramp. Same thing. Yeah, we got thumbs up. So you're going to use your ramp. Same sort of idea. The higher it is, the less pressure there is, but the lower it is, the more of a stretch there will be. Okay, so again, having your ramp here and then grabbing your blanket and placing it so that it comes, you want it underneath the ramp, so kind of up close to where that first block is, because then it will be there to protect your knees. Okay, so whenever you are ready, you're going to come over to your ramp. Knees come out towards the sides of the ramp. You may have to kind of adjust how close or how far you are, just depending on the length of your body, your torso, and the length of your bolster. But knees are going to come to the sides. You're slowly going to lower and sink your hips back. Arms come down to the earth, forearms to the earth. So hips may not settle all the way back. It doesn't really matter. However, if it starts to feel a little bit uncomfortable, you can always find another folded blanket or something, a towel if you have it nearby, or even a pillow to place behind the knees, kind of underneath the hips, somewhere back there. You'll have to play with it to find the right spot. Just depends on how high your hips are up off the earth. I'll show what I mean. So even placing like a bit of a blanket under behind the knees helps to kind of soften a little bit here. And if a child's pose, supported child's pose doesn't feel good, just kind of give me a little bit of a wave and I can show you how to find it on your back instead. So I'll let you know when we are about halfway through so you can turn your head to the other direction. And again, noticing if it feels like you are holding yourself up somehow. Release any tension that you feel in your shoulders. Allow the hips to settle. Notice where you feel your breath in this shape. Can you maybe feel your breath along the back side of your body? As you inhale, maybe you feel your body expand. And as you exhale, feeling everything coming back together. We are halfway through if you wish to turn your head to the other side. Softening your fingers and softening your toes. All right, let's take 3 more rounds of breath. And then using your hands to slowly help you come up. Keeping your ramp where it is. We're going to do one more pose here. So heart opening pose. You're going to come up nice and close to your ramp. If you wish, you can find maybe a rolled blanket to place underneath your knees when you come down. Okay, so it helps to give a little bit of extra support in the low back. So nice and close to your ramp, and then leaning back. Arms come out to the side, palms face up towards the sky. If it's uncomfortable to have your legs out long, feel free to bring the feet to the earth, knees are bent. Feet come out wide, knees come together. So whichever variation feels the best for you. Feel like I've seen the variation with the legs out long being called lazy boy. Softening here. With every exhale, maybe you're able to soften and let go of tension just a little bit more. All right. While you're here, I'd like to read you a poem by someone I don't know and I don't know the name of, but it doesn't matter. It's about letting go. To let go isn't to forget, not to think about or ignore. It doesn't leave feelings of anger, jealousy, or regret. Letting go isn't winning and it isn't losing. It's not about pride and it's not about how you appear and it's not obsessing or dwelling on the past. Letting go isn't blocking memories or thinking sad thoughts, and it doesn't leave emptiness, hurt, or sadness. It's not giving in or giving up. Letting go isn't about loss, and it's not defeat. To let go is to cherish memories and overcome and move on. It's having an open mind and confidence in the future. Letting go is accepting. It's learning and experiencing and growing. To let go is to be thankful for the experiences that made you laugh, made you cry, and made you grow. It's about all that you have, all that you had, and all that you will soon again. Letting go is having the courage to accept change and the strength to keep moving. It's realizing that the heart can sometimes be the most potent remedy. To let go is to open a door and to clear a path and to set yourself free. All right. So finding 5 more rounds of breath here, allowing your last exhale to be the longest and slowest. Once those 5 rounds of breath are complete for you, you're going to slowly make your way out of this pose and then come into Shavasana or any final resting shape that you wish to come into on the earth. Taking deep inhales and long, slow exhales. Softening any tension that you feel in your jaw. Allowing your shoulders to sink and settle here. Allowing your arms to soften. Allowing your hips to release tension. Allowing your legs to settle into the earth. And a poem called She Let Go by Sapphire Rose. She let go. Without a thought or a word, she let go. She let go of fear. She let go of the judgments. She let go of the opinions swarming around her head. She let go of the committee of indecision within her. She let go of all the right reasons. Wholly and completely, without hesitation or worry, she just let go. She didn't ask anyone for their advice. She didn't read a book on how to let go. She didn't research the scriptures. She just let go. She let go of all the memories that held her back. She let go of all the anxiety that kept her from moving forward. She let go of all the planning and all the calculations about how to do it just right. She didn't promise to let go. She didn't journal about it. She didn't write the projection date in her day timer. She made no public announcement and put no ad in the paper. She didn't check the weather report or read her daily horoscope. She just let go. She didn't analyze whether she should let go. She didn't call her friends to discuss the matter. She didn't do a 5-step treatment. She didn't call the prayer line. She didn't utter one word. She just let go. There was no one around when it happened. There was no applause or congratulations. No one thanked her or praised her. No one noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from a tree, she just let go. There was no effort. There was no struggle. It wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was what it was, and it is just that. And in the space of letting go, she let it all be. A small smile came over her face. A light breeze blew through her, and the sun and the moon shone forevermore. So there's nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to be, and nothing you need to change. Gently bringing your awareness back. Noticing the touch points of your body on the earth. Noticing any sound, maybe in your space, or the sound of your breath, your heartbeat. And then making some small movements here in your fingers and toes. And whenever you feel ready, rolling over to one side, whichever side is calling for you. slowly making your way up to seated. And once you get there, lowering or closing your eyes. On your inhales, I invite you to inhale self compassion. And on your exhales, I invite you to let go of anything that is standing in your way. May you go in peace, love, and gratitude. Have a beautiful evening.